Total Drama, the one show that I kind of just started watching, forgot about, and then watched it again last summer and just thought, why didn't I like this show as much when I was younger? However, even when I forgot about Total Drama Island for many years of my life, there was one character that still stayed in the back of my mind. And who else could that character be except Little Miss Perfect, Miss CIT? You already read the title. So let's just get into it.
I guess they never miss, huh? You got a boyfriend, I bet he doesn't kiss ya!
Courtney has always been a hit. Or a miss. But I believe this comes from her being a main character. However, it's still weird to say there's main characters in Total Drama since the show doesn't really have a main character, but some characters are more involved in drama and relationships. Courtney is one of those characters. On Total Drama Island, her main character dynamic was Duncan! It was honestly more focused on than Gwen and Trent's relationship. Plus, Courtney's elimination was memorable. So honestly, I think Duncan really helps Courtney's character in the long run, despite his flaws. We'll get back to him a little bit later. Now, many fans love Dunkney, so of course Courtney would be a popular character. People love shipping, so much in fact that a character you might not like becomes one of your favorites. Which, thankfully, I have an example to use here. In the Owl House, people hated Amity in season 1, but after there were more subtle hints to her and Luz actually becoming an official couple, people loved her and even liked her more than Luz. Moving on from the green hair girl, we're gonna move on to our other Little Miss Perfect, Courtney. Let's move on to action.
Good! They can enjoy their little party all they want, but I am gonna win this competition.
Now, even though Courtney wasn't actually in this season, she did get in because of her suing the show and basically using her lawyers. It was so bad that Chris let Courtney into the show and even gave her special treatment. Well, okay, maybe I thought it was funny, but
That's besides the point.
Courtney's writing got Control-Deleted basically from last season, ending up with her becoming more whiny and more narcissistic.
I want candy! I want candy! I want candy! I want candy!
Hey, shut your mouth!
Her relationship with Duncan was very toxic, and she got 4th/3rd place before getting eliminated. This is the season that usually and mainly is the reason Courtney haters even hate her in the first place. Some people, however, love how funny and overly dramatic and how she'd use her lawyers as an excuse in action. Me. But other people find her very annoying. It's basically just about what you enjoy in Courtney that makes her better or worse. Wait, who could be calling me right now? Whatever, I'll just answer it. Hello?
Don't even talk about this season. I hate it.
Courtney, even if you love this season, I'm still going to talk about it.
Well then, I'll just tell my lawyers.
And I'll tell them about Total Drama World Tour. And maybe you won't have these lawyers for so long as you do. Okay, bye! Okay, wow, does this season have a lot. But let's just unwrap it, because I don't really want to talk about it, but, you know, Courtney video is a Courtney video. The love triangle. Okay, I said it. Now, as many people already know the infamous life triangle, I'll sum it up very quickly. At the beginning of season 3, Duncan was dating Court. He kept looking and talking to Gwen, which Courtney was annoyed about. Plus, in action, they were friendly, maybe a little bit more than friendly. Then after that, Cartoon Network was like, oh my stars, girly pop, hear me out. The goth girl and the punk guy should date. So they just kind of shoved it into World Tour. Duncan quit in the second episode because he didn't want to sing any Taylor Swift. Gwen and Courtney became besties. Courtney. Then Duncan came back in IC London and then immediately kissed Gwen. Tyler told everyone a few episodes later, poor guy.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Anywho, for the rest of the season, really Courtney is just like, I hate you, you suck, Gwen's the worst, Duncan's a boyfriend stealer, I mean girlfriend. However, it isn't hard to see how much of Courtney's action writing was put into World Tour. Seriously, the Gwenkin stuff affected Courtney's character so much. Now look, I know this video isn't about Mr. Dunkin' Donuts, but he's really important to Courtney's character. Duncan made Courtney grow in Island. He was the one who got Courtney to be less bad and less Little Miss Perfect. Courtney helped him share his nice side more. They aren't even my favorite ship, but this was peak. If you put Courtney against Duncan, you get season 2/season 3 Court, the revengeful one. Island Courtney is actually a nice person. Yes, 100% bossy, but she strives to do the right thing. Island Courtney holds grudges, but she wasn't nearly as upset as Harold for eliminating her. Personally, I think if Island Courtney went into World Tour, she'd be upset, but it's so out of character for her to be throwing challenges. She cares about the game like crazy. Why would she suddenly not care about it? Because goth girl kissed them. Tough girl kissed my boyfriend. Grrr. Courtney's whole character is being a social outcast. In Island, the only person she had tons of interactions with was Duncan. I mean, she did hang out with Bridget for a little bit, and she told Lashana stuff off camera, so they have good terms. Rant over. Let's go to All Stars. So All Stars gave us Courtney. Unlike her World Tour self, she could care less about Duncan. She's still mad at Gwen, but to be fair, each season is 1 year apart from each other, which means if we had Revenge of the Island, which we don't care about here, then that would have been 2 years, which makes sense for her to be kind of over the breakup. Despite Duncan being in a relationship with Gwen, he still craves Courtney's attention.
Hey! I'm used to having girls yell at me, even punch me, but blank me? That's just wrong.
Sorry, Gwunkin fans, but we might have some proof that they didn't want Gwunkin in the first place. Fresh TV said Duncan only liked Gwen for her similarities and physical appearance, but he was actually in love with Courtney. Well, besides that, this season gives us Gwen trying to make it up to Courtney. I mean, that's nice of her. World Tour was just dunking on Courtney. And Gwen. They were both kind of punching bags if you think about it. Despite Gwen trying her best to make amends with Courtney, unfortunately for Gwen, she keeps messing up everything whenever she tries helping out Courtney. One time she accidentally kicked a bucket into Courtney's face. Another time she tried getting Courtney flowers, but she was allergic. And they are the best couple. Best buddies! I forgot to include this in my script, but Courtney and Scott actually were dating, which is pretty fascinating. Unfortunately, in All Stars, there is an episode that most Courtney fans, if not all of them, can agree they hate. And this episode is Sunday Muddy Sunday. Am I going to go into the full details of Sunday Muddy Sunday? No, because that can be its own video. You know what? If this video gets 1,000 likes, I'll make a Sunday Muddy Sunday video, which I highly doubt. As of the time I'm recording this, I only have 180 free subscribers. Before you go, check out my Discord, link in the description. There's lots of Total Drama Island fans there. And if you really enjoyed it, you can subscribe so you can see more content like this.